You can't beat beans on toast, though.
Oh,
I
we
had that
love
for breakfast.
love
the
a bit
other
of
day.
beans on toast. Do you like Worcester sauce on it?
Nah. Well, I never tried it, so I can't say nah.
Yeah, it's all right, that is.
I was saying the other day, I just love our breakfast. You go abroad, it's all like croissants, ham, cheese.
Continental.
Yeah.
The continental.
We have such good. I think we have good food.
Do you look at it like as an English person when you read the menu, you go, continent, fuck that. Give me eggs, sausage. Sausages are always a little bit dodgy abroad, aren't they?
Yeah, and the bacon.
I felt really, really shit after that game. I haven't felt that shit after such a football game since 1998 when Beckham got sent off for kicking the Argentine and we ultimately lost the game. I remember going into work after that. I think I worked in Tesco's and I felt absolute shit. Like shit. And the paper said something like 10 brave lions, 1 stupid boy, and they was cutting down Beckham. And I've never felt that deflated after a football game until the other night.
Hello, welcome to
Off the job!
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content. Welcome back to another Overtime show. I'm here with Pete, the special
Hello,
host.
Kieran. You all right?
Yeah, good mate, you alright?
I'm awesome.
Can I address something quick?
Yes, please.
That video you commented on about me looking stupid, not knowing about your sister, I was probably away with the fairies, or Rob made me look bad in the video.
No, right. You can't make you look bad in the editing. You separate occasions. You had to reiterate. So you haven't got a sister. So hang on.
Yeah, he
what,
cut
you
them
haven't
bits
got a
in
sister.
multiple times.
No, he didn't. You are away with the fairies most of the time. It's been picked up by several of our friends.
As well, when you were talking about it, I was proper like just staring in
Yeah, I know.
deep thought.
Was I boring you with the
I think
stories?
so, yeah.
Is that what it was? Okay. So what you been up to? Anything much?
No, the weekend I went away in the van for a night down Kent.
Oh, nice.
Other than that, not much. I thought something happened last week. What happened last week, Robbie?
Don't know, I was off.
Oh, here he is.
Come on, let's get it going, boys.
He was practicing his husband chores when he was off, wasn't he?
Oh, you was off, was you, Robbie? How'd you get on? Did you push the over around, did you?
I did.
Yeah, made the beds, dusted. Yeah,
Did
had
you
your
actually?
marigolds out, did you? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Made outfit and everything.
Yeah, ugh.
Did you make dinner for when she got back?
Yeah.
Did you actually?
Yeah, of course I did.
What
Good
did you
man,
make?
good man.
Beans on toast.
I can't remember.
You can't beat beans on toast, though.
Oh,
I
we
had that
love
for
a
breakfast
love
the
a bit
other
of
day.
beans on toast. Do you like Worcester sauce on it?
Nah. Well, I never tried it, so I can't say nah.
Yeah, it's all right. That is.
I was saying the other day, I just love our breakfast. You go abroad, it's all like croissants, ham, cheese.
Continental.
Yeah.
The continental.
We have such good. I think we have good food.
Do you look at it like as an English person when you read the menu, you go, continent, fuck that. Give me eggs,
Do you think it?
sausage. Sausages are always a little bit dodgy abroad, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know
and
what I
the
mean?
bacon.
Yeah, and the egg comes up a little bit too creamy sometimes if it's scrambled. Do you know what I mean? So you're
I
better
thought
off
of
with
a
a
theory,
fried one. Or they'll chuck ham in it, wouldn't they? You get your scrambled egg and there'll be like bits of ham and bits this, that and the other. And you go, they're trying to go all continental and our fucking scrambled. They leave it alone. Leave your continental in the continental section. This is the English breakfast.
Do you know why it's continental though?
Why?
I think it relates to the weather. Because when you go to a hot country, you fancy cold stuff. So that's why they're always having like cheese, ham.
No, mate.
In England, it's cold. You want like a nice beefy breakfast.
When I went to Spain, when my mother-in-law's apartment, right, the first year I went there, right, with my missus, it was down at where is it? Near Marbella. Benal Madna, yeah, or as I like to call it, Benal Medina. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people like me call it Benal Medina, yeah, but people like my ex-wife call it Benal Madna. It's Benal Madna. Okay, if you're from Basildon, it's Benal Medina, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway, went down to it's a lovely port down there, lovely. They actually used the pictures from the port, right, as some of the pictures. They pretend it's like Marbella and all that sort of stuff down there because it's so nice. Anyway, so me goes down there. What are we having for breakfast? What do I see? Chair breaker. That breakfast come out like it was massive. I'm in like the 25-degree heat. I want it all. Oh no, continental here, mate.
No,
I want a chair breaker. Yeah, and if I'm not on the floor after it, I'm not happy. And
sausage-
I mopped it. You know what, right? I even took her bread off her plate to mop
mopped it
up the
up. Yeah,
sauce.
that's the best.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
How do these countries live without an English breakfast?
I know, mate.
The sausage makes it though. I love a good sausage on a breakfast. Don't cut that. Don't cut that to make me sound bad.
I love a good. Yeah. Yeah, I do like sausage on breakfast.
taking
Yeah.
notes
I
already.
like. Do you know what I like? I like sausage and mushroom rolls. I'm salivating thinking about it.
I never used to like mushrooms.
I love mushrooms. Mushrooms is
now-
my favourite part of the breakfast. I think.
We had
One of the
mushroom
favourite.
rice with steak the other day.
Yeah.
Um,
Not too sure about hash browns. Never been 100% on hash browns. I think when you get a breakfast and it comes along with an hash brown, you think to yourself, what are you doing there? This ain't McDonald's,
No, I
mate.
like
This
it.
is an English
have
breakfast.
you had it in the KFC burger? I think they call it the Tower Burger with a hash brown in it.
Yeah, no, I
It
don't
can
know.
go
if I have.
soggy though, can't it?
Yeah, but I tell you what I do like.
We're getting hungry now.
I'm really
You go
hungry.
McDonald's
I like the
after this.
McDonald's wraps, innit? Do you have them, the breakfast
Never
wraps?
really had them.
Oh, they're so nice. They're so good. Robbie's nodding his head.
We got about 45 minutes.
They are
Should
lovely.
we get one?
Do you know what? I'm trying to cut down and all that
Yeah.
crap. I didn't eat any crap yesterday apart from 5 or 6 Pringles and some peanut butter on toast. Bad food, but didn't have so many calorie intake yesterday.
I love how we just have conversations about random things.
You know.
Got to
But
speak
yeah,
about
but
food.
yeah, English breakfast, mate.
You can't beat
Do you
it.
like chips on your English breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
mind.
like
I like
chips,
chips
yeah.
on the English breakfast. What about you, Robbie?
Yeah.
Yeah, chips on the English breakfast. You got to have them, ain't you? Black
So-
pudding.
No, I never tried it in my life.
Ah, I love black
I'm
pudding.
too scared.
Love it. I told you the
So
story
what's your
before. didn't I?
ideal English breakfast if you mapped it out?
Fried egg, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, beans, mushrooms, and it's either tinned tomatoes or beans. But you know what I like doing with tinned tomatoes?
You don't really get them anymore.
Mate, I love tinned tomatoes or chopped tomatoes. And what I do with it, freakily, is I put tomato sauce on top of them. And nobody gets it.
On top of what?
On top of the tinned tomatoes, spread it in tomato sauce. It
You
sounds
don't really
weird.
get tinned tomatoes at places anymore. It's normally just a whole tomato that's been cooked.
You're talking continental shit now,
No,
mate.
no,
No,
you
they
go to
do
a
tinned
breakfast.
tomatoes. You go to the right cafes, mate. They give you tinned tomatoes, mate.
Salivate like
But do you
dog.
know what, right? I like putting tomato sauce on me tinned tomatoes. Does anyone do that out there? It just tastes nice. The hot with the cold. In you go.
Going back to the eggs, I think I prefer scrambled.
I love scrambled eggs. But I do like a fried egg. What about a bit of fried toast?
Nah, it's
Fried
too
bread.
greasy.
Fried bread.
Too
It is greasy.
I'd
You
rather
do,
have just bread and
as you're
butter.
eating it, you're thinking, I'm killing myself here, but I'm going to continue. But I did used to
Although
like
we
a
have
bit of fried
simple
bread.
food, but the simple food's nice. Like saying about beans on toast, just
Yeah.
even a bit of bread and butter.
Yeah.
So,
I told you, didn't I? Did I tell the story before about when I went and got a vegetarian breakfast and they put a bit of black pudding on my plate? Did I tell you that? Did I ever say that on here? I think I might have done, yeah. Went to the Harvester. And vegetarian breakfast turned up and he had a bit of black pudding on it. I went, my mate turned around and he went, where'd you grow that? He went, what? I went, it's black pudding. He went, what's that? What's this fucking congealed pig's blood on a vegetarian breakfast, you prick?
Can I end this on a bad food experience?
Go on then, yeah.
So, I think I was about 14. I think I was going fishing with my dad. We used to go fishing every weekend. It was in Gravesend. It was a bakery that we used to go to. Or might have been the first time. So we went into the bakery and I can't remember what my dad got, but I got a sausage roll. I can't believe I've never been put off by sausage rolls from that. So I buy the sausage roll, took a couple of bites, fine.
Oh, no.
I took the next bite,
Oh, God.
looked at the sausage roll, and it was like a cyst inside the sausage roll. If I would have bit into that, it would have burst. I squeezed the sausage roll and it's all pussy. You're not even. You know, you just
No, that's
squeeze
made me
it and
gag,
it's like
mate.
pussy.
No.
If I would have bit into that, it would have burst in my mouth. Is it actually heaving? Do you know, it's like what's that program? I'm a Celebrity, get me out of it. When they eat like a ball bag and it just
I don't know,
bursts.
because it reminds me of them. Like, you heard the stories of like a topic bar with a mouse in it. Have you ever heard that and things like that? But somebody said that happened to them at a KFC where they bit into the chicken and there was like a tumour on it. And it was like,
No, honestly, I looked at it, squeezed it, and it was just so pussy.
no, stop, Kieran. I don't normally heave at things, but that's made me feel sick. I like sausage rolls and all.
I got put off for a
Made
little
my eyes
while.
water.
I got put off for a little while. I never went back to that bakery anyway.
Oh God. Did you not take it back in and go, this needs
No, I
treatment, you
should've,
prick?
yeah.
You know what I mean? We need to get some fucking Sudocreme on this. What the fuck's going on with your sausage rolls, love? Fucking hell.
Imagine if he was actually.
Oh, and a little complaint, right, to the fucking editing staff, right? Why are we not fucking bleeping the bleeps on the swearing? I asked, requested, it's not happening. What's going on?
They said stop swearing.
Cough.
Oh, dear. That was 10 minutes talking about food.
Oh, mate, tell you what. Do you know what? I don't want to eat anything now. You just carry. You carry
was
on,
getting all hungry, like, talking about food.
You carry on talking about cysts and sausage rolls, and I'll drop pounds per day. Oh
dear.
God!
Pop
Right,
in
okay.
a big spot.
Right, yeah. All right. Let's get on to something.
What about the football? We haven't even spoke about the football.
Ah! Oh, mate, do you know what? I felt really, really shit after that game. I haven't felt that shit after such a football game since 1998 when Beckham got sent off for kicking the Argentine and we ultimately lost the game. I remember going into work after that. I think I worked in Tesco's and I felt absolutely shit. Like shit. And the paper said something like 10 brave lions, one stupid boy. And they was cutting down Beckham. Like he hadn't really done anything that bad. He kicked out. He didn't even hit the geezer and the geezer went down and he got him sent off. And I've never felt that deflated after a football game until the other night. I thought this.
We could have had that.
I thought this year was ours.
Can't believe we've never won a Euros. That's crazy.
I know.
That is crazy. Because I'm not normally into football.
And that's the thing, innit?
Like, and I think I'm getting a bit patriotic about the
Yeah.
England. I was proper into this.
Yeah, it's like the thing is like it's all like football's coming home. That was like I said this the other day. That was about the World Cup, wasn't it? So when people sing it at the Euros, it's sort of like, well, technically, if it does, we win. It's still not technically come home, is it? Because it's not the Jules Rimet. Because that's ultimately what the song. But they made the song in Euro '96, so it's sort of like, well, it's not really the same thing, is it? Really, you want to win the World Cup, don't you? Let's be honest, you want to win the World Cup. Euro Championships, yes, obviously, but it don't mean you're the greatest team in the world, does it?
But if you look at England as a whole, you look at all the videos, the culture, like, there's nothing like English fans in another country. If you go to another country, you don't get a group of, like...
Yobs.
You could put them as yobs, but it's just a different energy.
It's different.
You go to Benidorm, it's full of... There's no country which full of one sort of country
but the thing
that
is,
gives that energy to that
Yeah,
place.
no, but the thing is with it is whenever you see, right, this is the thing about fucking media, right? They will always show
Put you in a bad light.
the negative light of like the fucking hooligans and that. They don't... Well, they do show, but they like to focus on the negative more, don't they? So if anything kicks off... That's what, but the English like fans, I think, they're the best fans in the world.
Not even just football, like everything. It's just such a strong like bond.
Yeah,
yeah. Like I said, even if you go Benidorm, it's taken over by English.
Yeah.
Is there any other countries that's not taken? I'm not saying it's taken over, but it's like.
I mean, I did feel.
Know,
don't get me wrong, right? I'm not into my football like I used to be. I mean, I wasn't club level on that. Premier League, I'm just not interested in. I'm not interested in anymore whatsoever. And I see guys, right, who are... I was having a discussion the other day with someone about this. If their team loses at the weekend, fuck me,
Yeah.
2 or 3 days. They're like
It's
it's
like
the end.
Jack here.
It's like the end of the
You
world.
should see Jack watching a football match. Like he gets aggy at
Yeah.
every single point.
I know, but it's like why?
But I think it's good to have something to be passionate about.
No, it's like not to fucking ruin your days over a fucking football
Yeah.
team losing a game. Come on, like what is that so important about that? Like some blokes carry on like it's the fucking they've had their fucking fingers chopped off or something, or they've lost a relative. It's just fucking mental, like the way some blokes are. It's just like support a shit team and then you'll get used to losing, wouldn't
I've
you?
never really put my time into because I think I've played sport all my life, football and rugby, but I've never got into following the sport. And I think it's just like you think, how do people know everything about every single person? It's
Yeah, I
like,
know.
it takes a lot of time.
It's
to,
investment, innit?
Yeah,
That's
because their time is spent like looking at football, which is
Yeah.
not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But my time hasn't been sort of spent looking at sport.
No,
But
mine
as I'm
neither.
getting older, I'm getting more
It
into
don't
it.
only the big games really interest me. It's
Yeah.
like the other games, I'm not bothered. I'm really not bothered. If I want to go and watch a football match, I watch a football match. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not desperate for it. I used to watch it. I used to try and keep up. Like you're talking about people who know all the players, and I used to try and keep, and I couldn't. I just couldn't keep up. Do you know what I mean? It was like. I remember back to a story when I was a kid, when I was first getting into football. My cousin gave me a sticker book, right, from the '86 World Cup. Anyway, we're playing football in the garden, right, and I'm saying players' names, like when you commentate to yourself, and I'm going, Clements on the ball. He went, "What are you saying Clements for?" I went, he's a Tottenham goalkeeper, and that was 5 years ago. I just looked through the sticker book, all the players. He went, they don't play no more.
Yeah, a lot of people knew all the old school players. Now they don't. I was speaking to Lyd, like you just knew Beckham, the Michael. I'm gonna say
Michael Owen.
Michael Owen, like. But now I don't really know. I don't know. Maybe it's.
Do you know what? I'm the same. I'm new to the English team. I don't.
Yeah, it's like the old team back in the day. Everyone knew that was just household names, but now it's not as many people know.
Do you know what really, really, really grinds my gears a bit? Right, and it's not. This is not anything. I've got not a problem with other countries, but let's just say, for example, the Scots. They're supporting Spain, didn't they?
Yeah, it's a bit of banter.
Oh, yeah, listen, it makes me die though, doesn't it? Make you die. Like how they support Spain and they celebrate it like it's a cup win that we lost to Spain and they didn't make it out of the group. with their team that couldn't beat the fucking, the team out the Pig and Whistle. Do you know what I mean? It's like
it's
the thing is, right, as
Most
everybody,
like
the thing is, right, yeah, but this all dates back to like
this what keeps that divide.
Yeah, historic events like that. Everyone hates the English. Is what I said. Everyone hates the English. So England went into that game hated, and every game England go into, everyone wants to beat the fucking English, don't they?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Slovenia will play Spain, right, and they go, "Oh, we're playing Spain." Right, we'll play. Do you know what I mean? But when it's England, they'll be like, "We all fucking want to beat England." Everyone wants to beat England, and everyone was saying. So, like, we went into that tournament as the favourites. So every game, everyone's saying about how we played shit. Every game was a test. Do you know what I mean? Every game was an hard game, and them players have got all that on their shoulders. I think Southgate done a great job. I think everyone bashing him and all that. I think he done a great job.
The thing
to be
is,
fair.
the players have got to perform as well. It's not just about him. Yeah, he's probably putting the tactics, but at the end of the day, they're playing. They got to perform on the day.
But all this patriotism, like sort of thing, like we're as English and that. Me as an Englishman, if I see Scotland, Ireland, or Wales playing a football game, generally speaking, I want to see them do well. Do you know what I mean? I don't want them to lose.
It'd be funny watching them lose.
It would now. Do you know what I mean? But I think to myself, but this all dates back to history,
historic,
like when fucking Braveheart and all that shit, right? And you think to yourself, well,
we shouldn't be carrying it on.
That weren't us.
No. Yeah, we shouldn't be carrying
that wasn't
that
me.
stuff on.
That wasn't them 11 players on the field, was it? that was in the fucking medieval times. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, carry it on. Do you know what I mean? They're like a fucking scorned wife, isn't they? Let's just carry it on. Let's carry the argument on. Do you know what I mean?
But the football game as a whole, I think the first half was a bit sketchy on both sides, but they didn't play bad. No one said
I thought they played
bad.
well.
Yeah, it's just
I thought they played well.
any team could have won.
Listen, Spain deserved it. Spain had like probably the harder like road to get to the final than what we did, if you like. Do you know what I mean? But I think as an Englishman, we're used to it now, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? We're used to disappointment. So, you know, let's just get on with it.
At least we got in the final.
Be sad for that night, the day after.
'Cause I was
crack
watching
on.
it at home. I thought if we win, it would be nice to be watching it somewhere with an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're sitting at home and you won, then there's no atmosphere after.
Yeah,
if you lose, you're like, I'm at home now. I can go to bed.
I used to go to them things like I remember going out. We was in Gran Canaria for a lot of games, like in the pubs and that, and the fucking beers would go flying. You know how you see it on the TV where everyone's at the bars and all that, and big screens and been to all that, done that. And I think to myself, I quite liked the other night just sitting in the front room and my girlfriend doing dinner and rustling something up with a couple of non-alcoholic beers. Well, I was happy as Larry.
Getting your feet massaged.
No, she won't touch them, mate. She won't touch them. I don't get a nickname Pete the Feet for nothing, you know.
Is that actually? Is that a nickname?
My mates call me Pete the Feet. When we went to like on holiday and that, my feet were black. The whole holiday, they were just. I couldn't get them clean. I know what it was. I could not get them clean. I'd been walking about the streets for like, I don't know,
My feet get
15
dry.
hours lost. And it was pretty bad out there, pretty bad.
So we've got one more topic before we get onto the questions and comments.
All right, go on then. What topic do you want to talk about now?
Oh, Donald Trump.
Donald
Donald
Trump.
the
What? Is there a shooter?
That is crazy, isn't it?
Crazy.
You
Yeah.
just think an
What
inch
do we
to the left.
What do we reckon? Gil? What do
All
we
right, it's a
reckon?
bit of ketchup on his head.
He went down. He went. Whoa! Get the ketchup!
We should do a video. Get some ketchup from the kitchen. I pretend to assassinate Pete. And Pete ducks down and he comes up with ketchup on his head.
And what would happen? I'd probably hit my head on here and give myself a brain tumour or something. Fucking kill me.
We're not saying it's fake, by the way. We're just
No,
having a joke.
but what we would say is that he's probably gone up in the polls by that now, isn't he? And this history repeating itself. This happened to Donald Reagan back in the 80s, and he won the election, didn't he? Yeah, the thing is, this is the thing, innit? Right? With anything now, we look on everything with cynicism, and we're like, hang on a minute, could it be this? Could it be that this is all set up and a publicity stunt? Do you know what I mean? Because we're full of it.
People
The more
have
and more
their
people,
theories.
yeah, because the conspiracy theories thing, right? There's more and more people going, hang on a minute. What with social media and it being widespread, yeah, people are actually thinking, hang on a minute, let's just analyse that for a second. Do you know what I mean? The geezer was up on the roof, wasn't he? They've got pictures of him up on the roof, and the Secret Service will no, nothing to see here. What?
Yeah, but I think in the
bloke up on
moment,
the roof.
in the moment, it's hard to react. You can't just shoot someone because you see him with a gun, really.
A presidential rally.
Like, I
You
don't-
can't. It's a presidential rally. You just can't shoot somebody just because he's got a gun.
It might be a water gun.
From 120
Yeah,
yards.
he might be playing with his kids
I
with
know
a
them
water
super
gun.
soakers are good, but they're not that fucking
No.
good. What are you
He
talking
might be
about,
hiding
man?
from his kids.
He was a kid. Did you see the state of him?
No, I haven't seen a photo of him. He's like
Mate.
20, isn't he?
Yeah, he was. Apparently, he was. Well, they all got there. They all follow this narrative, don't they? All these shooters and that in America, they all follow this. He was bullied. He was as a kid. He was ostracised. He was this. He was that. And then he goes a little bit mental, doesn't he? And tries to shoot Donald J. Trump. Is it Donald J. Trump? Isn't it? Yeah, tries to shoot him. Yeah, look
Oh,
at him.
blimey.
Yeah, that's him, mate. Yeah. Looks like Harry Potter, doesn't he?
American version of Harry Potter.
I suppose we shouldn't be taking the piss out of the dead,
No, don't haunt us, please.
but you know.
Yeah, that is crazy, though. If it is, like, legit, trying to assassinate Trump, and he was close to doing it.
You've seen the do you know what though, right? So this is where we differ, I think. Like, you've seen the Americans' reactions to it. He's got this big old fat American hillbilly guy talking to the cameras, and he's crying. He's crying. He's going, I just think what could have happened if it had been a couple of inches closer. And you think to yourself, he ain't dead. He's still alive. Why are you crying? Are you crying because it didn't happen? Or are you crying because he nearly, like... Hello, you wonderful listeners and watchers. Just pumping the brakes on this exciting episode to let you know about Kieran's app that's changing the game in the gas certificate world.
If you're sick and tired of doing gas certificates on paper, then Gas Certificate app is your way forward. But it wouldn't be an app worth talking about if that's it. With no hassle, you can manage your diaries, invoices and quotes for all your jobs, so you'll never be chasing paperwork again.
Don't forget those boiler manuals. I can tell you how many times I've been looking at a boiler and thinking, what the... Thankfully, the in-app boiler manuals have saved me and got me out of quite the pinch.
If it's helped Pete here, then Gas Certificate app will definitely help you, especially with its easy-to-use gas reg calculator and the extremely handy ability to duplicate certs. Brilliant for when you're doing your annual services on previous jobs.
And for the icing on the cake, it has a complete offline mode. So if you're on a job in the middle of nowhere or servicing a boiler in the basement of a building with no signal, you've still got access to everything the app has to offer to keep you working hard.
So click the link down below or in the description. Use the code POD30 to get 30% off yearly subscriptions. That's for all new users. That's POD30 for 30% off our yearly subscriptions for new users.
It's crazy. It's that's what I mean. It's a scary, scary world, isn't it? It's like America is
It's a shame,
absolutely.
man.
America is absolutely knackered, isn't it? It is knackered. It is just like, I mean, look who they've got running the gaff. Apparently, if you believe all that. Like, do you know what I mean? Biden, he can't even string a sentence together, the old duffer, can he? Do you know what I mean?
I don't look at it all, to be honest. As I get older, I'm definitely.
You wouldn't
gonna look
believe
into
it.
more.
You wouldn't believe. Do you see that one where Donald J. Trump and him were on the thing? They was both speaking, and Biden was going, what, and he was talking, and then and they say, "What do you have to say to that, Mr. Trump?" He goes, I didn't understand a word he just said. I don't think he understood a word he said. It's like, it's madness. It's absolute madness. And
It's the same with Biden addressing Slazenski as Putin.
yeah, I heard that as well. Yeah, I heard that about that. That's absolutely like, you got to be embarrassed, didn't you? If you're an American by a leader like that, do you know what I mean? It's almost as bad as King Charles in it being the king.
Oh, it's crazy.
Should we cut that bit out? I don't know.
Let's
I've
move
never
on to a
really,
lighter note.
I've really never really thought a lot of Charles as a prince. Do you know what I mean? And like now he's king. I don't even think about the
I don't
monarchy.
know much about it, to be honest. You know what I'm like.
I don't even think about the monarchy. I
couldn't
like the Queen. I liked her.
I
She
couldn't
was
even
alright.
tell you the royal family. That's how bad I am.
Yeah. Really, you know what? As like a podcast presenter, you should probably inform yourself of this sort of like, you know, current affairs situation, Kieran. That's what a lot of people
the way I
do.
look at it is, what's the point of wasting my time and energy into all this stuff?
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm not
all-
interested in it, but I just
it's
know
all
about
well.
it. I
Yeah,
probably will
I
know
do need
less.
to know. As I'm getting older, I think, yeah, I need to know more
I
about all this
probably
stuff.
I probably will know less because I'm trying to cut down on the news. I really don't want to watch the
never
news.
watch it.
I don't want to watch it anymore. If I see the news, I'll turn it off. I turn it off because it's so goddamn depressing. And that's what it's there to do to you. You know that, don't you? It's there to make you feel
All
depressed.
negative. Let's should we get onto our comments?
Yes,
comment
let's
stories
do that.
and
Yeah. Was
questions
we
of
meant
the-
to
of
say
the
something
week?
about washing up liquid for tradies?
No,
What was
we'll
that?
leave that.
What? Oh,
We've been going nearly 30
we've been
minutes.
gassing, haven't we? Yeah.
So we asked on Instagram, what would you like to see from this dynamic duo?
They were like, what were like Batman and Robin?
An SMH gas specialist. put-
Kapow!
SMH gas specialist put less clothes on, probably.
Ah.
So we've got to do. Someone who put about the
I'm not doing a full
Christmas,
Monty.
the
I'm-
Christmas advent calendar.
yeah. Ooh.
Can we
Someone.
do one?
No.
Someone put a
No.
comment.
What's wrong with you?
Me and you do.
What is wrong with you?
We could hold a boiler like with just pants on or something.
I'll hold. I'll,
Do you reckon
hold,
anyone would buy it?
I'll have to hold a 3 metre long piece of 4-inch pipe in front of me.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe just a 15mm coupling.
That would be. We should do it as a laugh. Like, not that we're going to sell them, but just do it as a laugh.
No, why? Why would you?
We could be on people's walls, Pete. I'm joking.
He's not. He really isn't.
You
He's
know, I
thought
do
about
stuff
this. He's
for a
looked
laugh.
into how much it costs to produce a calendar, and
No, I
he's
haven't.
probably
I
got it
haven't.
down in his fucking journal.
I haven't. I just like doing things for fun.
Yeah.
It's quite.
Yeah,
that'd
that
be
sounds
fun.
like fun being on some pervert's wall.
Getting jacked off in the toilet.
I didn't even say that. That was him. I must be rubbing off on you, Kieran.
So we did actually have. That was our promo from last week. Airlocks, a plumber's nightmare. We got quite a few comments on that. Crookshank Plumbing put air is a plumber's
Nemesis.
nemesis. You didn't give it a chance. Go
Yeah,
on.
you did, and you cocked it up. I told you, didn't I? Air bubble in a system. Yeah.
Not invented though. That's
No,
amateur.
no. In the heating.
That's amateur, bro. You're amateur. I must have been a pro because I never got.
No,
airlock
you
in.
just worked on combi boilers, you prick. That's all. Probably don't know how to bloody do a 2-port system. What's that, Pete?
Don't question me. No, don't. Come on, next comment.
Shall we ask you a question?
No, next comment.
No, shall we put you on the spot? You want?
We'll save it for another time.
All right then. Keep that one
We'll
in the
do a
bank.
technical.
Come then. Yeah. Better start getting on the phone to Wally quickly if I was you.
I have on speed dial. Go on, do the next comment.
Laird Plumbing. That look on the customer's face when you say airlock, then remembering the last plumber about pulling his hair out. Yeah, because they remember. Oh, the last plumber had problems with air in the system. Oh, yeah, he was here a long time. Yeah, could have told me that before I started, couldn't you? You could have told me what I was delving into here before.
They don't know.
Or they would have known. They could have said, oh, the last plumber who come in and worked on this had major problems with airlock. And then I would have said, it's okay. I know how to deal with this. And prepare myself for a long freaking night. But, you know, it is what it is, isn't
We
it?
never know, do we? Dolman F74. Another reason I went back to relatively easy world of commercial plumbing.
Oh,
Maybe
there'll
don't
be a
get
few
airlocks.
commercial engineers going out there now going, what do you mean relatively easily? It's not easy. Commercial isn't easy. It's not
It's
easy.
another ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't touch commercial, to be quite honest with you. Too big for me. I'll stay with the little boys. Big boys game, that, innit? Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Digital Reaper. Don't worry if the boiler makes a banging noise. Yeah, it's the heat in it. Do you get
Yeah.
that one?
Got a bombs going off. The customer's like, what's going on?
It's all right. Don't worry about it. It's not going to blow up, is it? No. There.
Customers worry about any little noise, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's understandable.
We never made that noise before. No.
Sid the Kid, the bubbles of the fairy hit the airlock and break the airlock bubble. Isolate the pump, remove the head, squirt fairy liquid in, put pump back on, open valves, 10 minutes off, on and off, whoosh. Thank me later, works on industrial too. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that at all, whatsoever. Never heard of it. And do
Squirt
you know
fairy
what?
liquid in it.
No way would I be doing that. I think he's having a laugh. No way. Anyway,
You said
yeah,
thank him later.
you're all right, mate. I'm not going to do that.
I think-
Maybe I've missed a trick there, like for a long time. But I
suppose, yeah,
personally,
because it helps, like, I don't know.
personally, I don't think fairy liquid in a heating system is very good because fairy liquid is toxic, and you're not actually allowed to use it as leak
Maybe if-
leak detector. When when people put bubbles, get some bubbly water, find the gas leak with it. You're not allowed to use fairy liquid. You know that? Did you know that, Kieran?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, the next one's a funny one.
Oh, Jack Stone. Easiest way to sell them a system repipe.
Because of an airlock.
Yes, airlock, mate. Yeah, you ain't,
need
you ain't
a-
getting
you
that.
need
out.
to repipe your
Needs
whole
to be
system.
repiped because the way they've piped it up, right, it's always going to drag air in. It's always going to drag it in.
Then we've got Elliot Swift. Airlocks on a Friday now, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Any plumbing problem on a Friday. I think certain tasks should be banned on a Friday for plumbing.
Yeah. We get to like 2 o'clock, and
Yeah.
I'd never change a radiator past 2 o'clock on
But
a
you know,
Friday.
people say don't fill up past a certain time. Sometimes you ain't got a choice,
Oh, no.
and then you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
That's why plumbing's hard, man.
You just
I'm a
and there's
trade-
always that chance of a leak as well, isn't there?
Yeah, like
You know, if it's gonna leak, it's gonna leak on a Friday, don't you?
Mm.
At 4 o'clock, and then you're not even tired. You know, when you're filling up, you're not even finished though. Even when you're filled up, you're not finished. You still got an hour on top of that after filling up, ain't you?
Yeah.
Clearing up, you know, paperwork, tidying up, getting the tools on the van. That's another good hour after you've filled up. And if you get a leak,
oh, how many times we've been in that position? Oh, loads, man.
there's some plumbers out there though, isn't there? They go, never had a leak. Never had a leak in my life.
So many times, and then you try and solder over it, and it just ain't going.
Don't
It's
work.
still spitting out when you fill it up.
Sparking in it, yeah, sparking in it. You get the little sparks come off of it because there's
you
water
end, up,
in it.
you end up having to just
You're
cut
like-
it out and redo it.
You're like,
anyway.
"That ain't gone."
Before that, you've done it about 10 times trying to
And this is where
resolder it.
people comment on this and go, use press, use press. Innit? I would use press
Hard,
there.
man.
I'd use press.
I need to come and
Cut
work
it
with
out.
you again one
Even
day.
if, well, you said that from the beginning, but you ain't yet, have
Don't
you?
get invited.
Yeah. No, I've invited you. But you said, oh, don't know about that.
Joey, Henry Hoover. I think I'm reading out yours. Joey, Henry Hoover on the vent. Ha ha. I don't know if it'd be powerful enough.
No, it might do. Might do.
Get a witch's one.
I think the way I said is what I said. A lot of plumbers will know that. Like you say, turn the pump around.
This is a good one, actually. Graham Conroy, bungalows, even better since they removed the vent screw from pumps. Oh, I'll just sit here watching these numbers going up and down then, shall I? Thanks, Grumfrost, you turds. Yeah, having that screw did help.
Yeah,
a
no,
little bit.
Yeah, I know, but that bleeding the pump.
Does it
but
really
do
get
you know
it
what I
out?
do with
Yeah.
that? Because bungalows are the worst. Everything's on drops.
Mm.
Everything's on drops, and they are a freaking nightmare. But what
But
you
air
do
vents everywhere.
with them, you got to put it up high level air pips, didn't you? But you don't. Do you want to put automatic air vents up there? Sometimes them automatic air vents they fail so
they,
much.
They
Automatic
leak
air
as
vents.
well.
They draw air in. No,
When I used to work in London, because they were big houses, they put these air vents everywhere.
with them Grumfrost pumps, with the ones without the bleed screw and all that, they've got a plug on them, ain't they? I just unplug it and then just plug it back in. Keep doing that. Unplug it, plug it back in. Anyone do that? Must do.
No.
I do. Is that like I was saying, doing the jerk on the
Yeah.
old pumps? Just unplug it, leave it for about 20
Like the
seconds.
guy, like
it's
the
just
guy
like
with our calendar.
it's just like a purge on a boiler. You know when a boiler does an air purge?
Wasn't that funny? Yeah, go on.
No, I wasn't even listening.
I said like the guy with our calendar.
Yeah. So you know when a boiler, an air purge is
Yeah.
just the pump
Mm.
just going on and off in it.
Yeah.
So all you do is unplug the pump,
Mm.
plug it back in, unplug it, plug it back in. That's what I do. Seems to work most of the time.
Yeah.
And then you get that when you hear that whoosh of water, when you hear it, and then you hear it circulating, you're like, "Fucking get in there!"
But then it cuts off again.
Feel the radiators getting hot, and you're just like, "Yes."
It gives me bloody.
Oh,
I
my
don't know.
last plumber, he had so much more problems than you. Well, no, but I know what I'm doing, love, don't I? You know what I mean?
There needs to be a special tool that just gets it out every time. Why has no one created it? Just clears airlocks. Question of the week.
I don't know how to comment to that.
Question of the week. We've got. Maybe we should think of something.
What's the best piece of advice you've received from a fellow tradesperson?
Plumber towels. Do a podcast.
Yeah, I forgot.
You didn't say that,
Oh,
did
yeah,
you?
I forgot I said that. I forgot I said that. Yeah, that was my thing. Get out of the trade
Get
to a
out.
podcast. Bri Plumber, that every job like it's your own house. Treat every job like it's your own house.
Yeah.
Not
No one
me,
does
mate.
that though.
That if that was the
It's
case,
a good way
mate,
to be though.
you've seen the plumbing around my house.
Mm.
My old house, it's not even finished yet.
Yeah.
Like the ex-wife, she still ain't got a bead of mastic on the bottom of the bath. Like the tiles need changing. You know what I mean? Like, we never finish anything in
No, you
our own
don't.
house.
So probably it's not a good way to look
No,
at
it's
it.
not a good way.
'Cause
Bright,
everything
maybe
would
in
be
your
half
house, mate.
finished,
Yeah, maybe in your house, but not our house. My mate used to put in like, he went off. He left his house, right? He's a plumber.
Yeah.
I had to look after his house. I opened the door to this unvented cylinder. I was like, fucking hell. What am I supposed to do with that? Fucking, there's an expansion vessel and a flexi just laying on the
Yeah.
floor. So I don't, Bright, as
If it's
maybe
your
in your
house.
world, but not everyone else's, because I know a lot of people who don't give a shit about their own house.
I don't know how to say it. Can you see what that name says? Is it IL2?
Don't know.
Something carpentry and joinery. Never be afraid to make mistakes, even though they might dock your wages. Yeah, you use it as practice, innit? If you mess it up, just start again and do it
Well,
again.
that's the only way you learn, isn't it? You only learn by your mistakes, and we've all had mistakes. Hotting up. You're only as good as your last job.
That's a fair point.
It's
'Cause you gotta
an
learn on
old
each
saying, isn't
one,
it? It's an
yeah.
old saying, isn't it? It's an old saying.
Painting, carpentry and joinery. Put it in an email and never, ever permanently delete anything. Archive it all. There's nothing greater than sending an email saying, as per my email dated. Have
You got it in
everything
writing,
written
didn't you?
down, yeah.
Got it in
Which a lot
writing.
of people don't do in terms of like their pricing.
Back yourself up, terms and conditions and all that stuff, innit?
Because not everyone quotes their stuff like individual items. If you do it,
The quote includes me removing the copper cylinder and
Taking
pipework
it home.
and taking it home.
um,
Charlie Petchy, carpenter, old school fella, told me, do it for the love and the money will follow. I'm still waiting on that payment. Nah, joking aside, I mean, I do this carpet trade because I want my customers to have the best they can for their budget, and that's landed me working on some higher quality jobs. Fair point, fair point.
you gotta love what you do.
I don't say I love it. I don't. I just do it. It's a job. Maybe that's why I
Yeah.
haven't really got really on financially with it, because I don't really like doing it. That's
Gotta
why.
have the love for it.
You have
Timmy
it.
Briggs, lick the pipe. I don't get that.
Lick the pipe. So somebody told him to lick a pipe, and it was obviously hot or fucking cold. Maybe
Yeah, it'd
he
be
got
like,
his tongue stuck to it.
What's that film, Dumb and Dumber, when he gets his tongue stuck to the railing?
Dolphin F74. When the shit's flying, make sure you've something to throw back. Okay. Yeah. Make sure that you've got an answer to their questions.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's what he means by that. Or somebody's like, having a pop at you for doing something. Make sure you've got back up on it.
Connor193, do your best, mastic the rest. Do your best, mastic the rest. Fill it up with CT1. If you're doing a pan connector, fill it up with CT1 AP.
Definitely. Great Scott Plumbing Heating. If you play with feathers, you'll get your arse tickled. I wouldn't put anything else past Scott really to comment.
I
on
like the
that one.
sound of that.
Yeah.
Whitewell Tiling and Plumbing. When using shit tiled, you can only piss with the dick you've got.
Right. When using shit tiles, you can only piss. Yeah. That's what it means. Like, I can't do anything else with them. These
No.
tiles are like that, And he sounds like he's got a small dick as well. Don't worry about it. Whitewell Tiling and Plumbing. It doesn't matter the size of it. It's the job you do, innit?
This, I'm not sure if it's a comment, a story, or what, but we'll read it out anyway.
What? Naeem Gamez.
Yes.
Do you want me to read it?
Go on then.
I was taught to lay bricks by a geezer in his 70s while I was working as his labourer about 10 years ago. A month later, I was laying bricks full. Pay went from £75 a day to £195 a day. At first, I would think the geezer is taking advantage of me, paying me less than that. Mr. Jacobs from Carter Street, SE17. Thank you, RIP. So yeah, basically, the old boy taught him how to lay bricks as a labourer. He was a labourer on £75 a day, and now he's obviously basically saying thanks to the bloke to give him a career, isn't he? You know what I mean? Nice. Yeah, we respect the old school. You know what I mean?
They're the real traditional,
Yeah.
hardcore builders. So we've got ask Kieran and Pete. This is questions that you want to ask us.
This isn't creative agency.
What is the more surprising interview that you've done? It's not a bad question. What interview has surprised you the most? Then we'll end up on this.
What, with our past guests?
Yeah, I suppose that's what it means.
I think Gus and Claudia, because
Yes.
I wasn't expecting
I'd say
Gus's
the same.
wasn't expecting Gus's story whatsoever. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
friends with Claudia, but I don't really know Gus, and what he had to say, and like, because I got Claudia because I thought Claudia was a comedian,
Yeah.
and like, you know, it'll be interesting. Her husband's a carpenter, but. We really went in on Gus, didn't we? Like, do you know what I mean? But we didn't
I love
even
it
know
how
Gus.
it all interlinked.
Yeah.
With, like he was from Brazil, was in the police. Now he's working in prison.
Such an interesting, like, such an interesting.
If you haven't seen that one, definitely watch
definitely
that.
tune into Gus and Claudia's episode. That what number was that? I don't know
I'm
what
not
one that
too
was.
sure. But
But
have a look on YouTube or Spotify. It's on there. Gus and
Really brilliant and funny as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What I thought it was, he had me in stitches. I mean, Claudia's funny as well. She's funny. She's a great comedian, and yeah, really good watch. And it just got as well a perspective of, like, you know, the tradesman's wife as well, which was what we was looking for. And we probably will look for some more tradesmen and their wives, or tradeswomen and their husband. That would be an interesting one. You know what I mean? Trades lady and her husband, what he does, and this, that, and the other. It's quite interesting subject matter.
yeah, definitely. Well,
This has
I
been.
think that was a great episode.
I think we've probably pulled off one of the best off the job
Yeah.
overtimes ever.
No, that was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Our first
Sorry, I had to go to piss in the middle of it, but you know, trying to
think
get
we
rid of
cut
these
that bit out.
toxins.
I think our third season starting this week with the guests. Who we got on this week, Robbie? I was hoping
I thought he'd be
I was hoping
prepared.
We did
Yeah,
ask
like
him
we asked him
45 minutes ago.
You'd think you'd have had it up, didn't you? So
Fairway.
Tyson from Fairway Heating
That's an interesting topic.
will be a very interesting topic.
Light-hearted. It's just a...
Light-eyed, but interesting. Might
Yeah.
ruffle a few feathers, you never know.
So, we'll see you Thursday. If not, on the next Overtime show.
Yep. Thanks for listening
Thank you
or
very
watching.
much.
Thank you very much. See you guys.
All right, this has been another episode of Off the Job Podcast.
Thanks for watching the show on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, and all other streaming platforms.
If it's your first time watching or not, make sure to subscribe below and follow us on all the big social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
For our overtime show on Monday, send us in your stories and comments for it to be read out on the show. Send it in via email, direct message through our social media accounts, or WhatsApp us on 07457 406 259.
And we'll see you on the next episode.